Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim and Mashiach, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah. Hallelujah. It's your bro T back with another sit down. Last time we touched on the importance of alms deeds. You know what I'm saying? Today we gonna do another quick admonishment. You know what I'm saying? This for the worldwide assembly. Um the topic is fear and doubt. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna run through a couple of scriptures, showing where fear and doubt comes from. You know what I'm saying? How to have you compromising the mission that the Most High set you on, all for the sake of pleasing somebody else, fear and doubt. And the power that we serve ain't gave us neither one of those spirits. We gonna read that. Matter of fact, that's first on the list. And like always, family, I hope, what I'm saying, somebody is edified, somebody is encouraged, somebody is strengthened. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's one person or 1 million, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I'm here to do this work. Not here for likes, not here for pats on the back. Man, I'm here to obtain the eternal crown, that divine nature. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for. And I pray you here for the same. And just, you know, I did this lesson, you know what I'm saying? Because I do a lot of reflecting. Uh, I used to have, I struggle with doubt within myself when I first came around in this walk. And, I know it's constantly Israelites that's waking up every day, waking up every day. You know what I'm saying? And we do a lot of lessons on, you know, loving your brother, you know what I'm saying? Loving your sister, you know what I'm saying? That's what we need to be doing in this hour, you know what I'm saying? But, a lot of us struggle with a bunch of internal things like fear and doubt. And I know, like I said, that's something I struggle with. So I decided to, put a few scripts together, you know what I'm saying? Letting you know that, don't think you gonna go unpunished, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you shaky, if you scared, it's a judgment coming for that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna read that. We gonna read that. It's a judgment coming for fearful servants in this hour. You know what I'm saying? We starting to see all type of things within the Hebrew Israelite community. We starting to see more and more bad doctrine get put out here. And we starting to see brothers and sisters, man, falling off, denouncing the faith, running back to the church, running back to the streets, running back to whatever you was involved in before you came into the knowledge of the truth. You know what I'm saying? You will find out, man, a lot of people in this for the wrong reasons. Like that old boy that just fell out with IUIC, Jay the producer. Like, it's no way, bro, you fall out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they swindled you or whatever. They did what they did to you, but they don't give you the right to paint the whole Hebrew Israelite community with a broad brush and say we all a part of a cult. And you running back to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Then you on video readily admitting, yes, I eat pork. That same Bible that you read, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing you're going to be judged off of. And the Most High said in this same Bible, he don't have pleasure in those that turn back. You like a dog turning to his own vomit, bro. We praying for you, but we gonna draw you, we gonna try to draw you awake, bro. We gonna try to draw you awake. And it ain't just him, it's a lot of brothers and sisters in this thing falling off. All of a sudden the Messiah ain't who the scriptures say he is. You know what I'm saying? And it's a bunch of seductive doctrine going on out here, man. And people are being seduced. And the Messiah warned his servant. He said, look, beware. Don't let no man deceive you. That one suggestion, that one advice, that was a commandment. Be not deceived, right? But we talking about fear and doubt today, so I don't want to get too off topic. Let's go to The first spot is 2 Timothy chapter 1. I'm going to pick it up at verse 3. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 3. Like I said, you know what I'm saying, fear and doubt, it'll cause you to put aside the command of the Most High to please somebody. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why you can't be worried about at all. I wasn't gonna say too much, but you can't be worried about at all what other people got to say about you. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first started doing this, you know what I'm saying? Brothers was like, you know, they had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I kept going. I kept doing the work. You know what I'm saying? So in like manner, you know, just like I had other day, I was talking to an Israelite, and they was feeling kind of down. They fresh in the walk or whatever. They was just talking about how, you know, they realize how they ain't, you know, well liked by everybody once they came into this knowledge of the truth. You know what I'm saying? But like, think about it though. Everybody didn't even like you when you was in the world. So why is it any different now? And we got into this level of truth, we think everybody's supposed to like us. They didn't even like us. I know they ain't everybody didn't like me when I was in the world. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get into this though, fear and doubt. 2 Timothy chapter 1, I'm picking up at verse 3. It says, I thank God whom I serve from my forefathers with pure conscience that without ceasing I have remembrance of thee in my prayers night and day, greatly desiring to see thee, being mindful of thy tears, that I may be filled with joy. Now, this is Paul writing a letter to Timothy, who was like a son to him in the faith. All right, verse 5, it says, when I call to remembrance the unfeigned faith that is in thee. Y'all see that? Unfeigned means sincere. Sincere faith that is in thee, which first dwelt in thy grandmother Lois and thy mother Eunice, and I am persuaded that in thee also. So we know in other scriptures, it says from a child, Timothy, you know in the Holy Scriptures. Well, that makes sense because his mother was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? His father was a Greek, but his mother was a Jew. So he said, look, your grandmother had this unfeigned faith. He said your mother had it, and I'm positive, Timothy, that it's in you. Verse 6, wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yah, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. Verse 7, for Yah have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Wow. So we read right here out of Paul's letters. His second letter to Timothy, as a matter of fact, it said God has not given us the spirit of fear or timidity or cowardice. You know what I'm saying? He like you read about the men, the great men in the Bible, none of them cowards. None of them cowards. And you will see all the men who was cowards, the Most High removed them. Saul, we gonna get into Saul later. You know what I'm saying? For any of you brothers that's into the book of Jasher, go to Jasher chapter 12 and read about Abraham and Haran in that fiery furnace. You know what I'm saying? Abraham had unwavering, unflinching faith. He walked around in that fiery furnace. And then Haran was wavering, was fence straddling. He burnt up and died. So your faith is your protection in some cases. You know what I'm saying? So it says, Yah has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power. He's given us the ability to accomplish whatever he wills us to accomplish. He's given us his Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying? A sound mind. That's a disciplined mind. That's a properly prioritized mind. That's the opposite. That is the opposite of cowardice and fear and shaking and trembling. What you scared for? You know what I'm saying? We need to be building our faith now, because we ain't resisted under blood yet. They ain't hunting for us yet. So God ain't giving us the spirit of fear. Where if he ain't gave it to us, where we get it from? Let's go find out. Let's go to Matthew chapter 4. We know where it came from. It came from the enemy, Hashatan. Right? Thou did too. Thou did too. And right here, he about to tempt the Messiah. Matthew chapter 4, and pick it up at verse 1. Right? So God ain't giving us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and a sound mind. And we about to see right here in Matthew 4, you know what I'm saying, how the enemy like to play, you know what I'm saying, on our minds with fear and doubt. I'm pick it up at verse 1. I'm pick it up at verse 1, and it says, then was Yahweh led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of Hashatan. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he didn't eat or drink anything for 40 days and 40 nights. He was afterward and hungered. So here comes Satan. You know what I'm saying? He done already peeped out the scene. He like, oh, he ain't ate and drank nothing in 40 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna try to get him to, you know what I'm saying, trip real quick. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread. Now he said, if thou be the Son of God. What do you mean, if thou be the Son of God? Like, Satan knew exactly who he was stepping to. But he said, if thou be the Son of God, to plant seeds of doubt in the Messiah's mind that he was the Son of God. You see what I'm saying? It's the same way he came at Eve. What did your father tell you? You believe that, but what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? He had Eve compromising the command that the Most High gave her through her husband. You know what I'm saying? Doubt. He came and planted doubt in Eve's mind. This is where fear and doubt come from. It comes straight from the enemy. It don't come from y'all. He said, if thou be the Son of God. What do you mean, if? Let's keep reading. He said, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah. That's right, because the source of the bread is more important than the bread itself. Verse 5, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. So right here, he trying to get him to commit suicide. So we see where that come from. Hold on, y'all. Oh, there's my folks. Be right back. Good. A bad T Boogie just walked in the house. Yeah. Shalom, happy Sabbath, y'all.
Happy Sabbath, Shalom, family.
What's up, mama? Mama in here too. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm doing a little quick little lesson on fear and doubt.
Praise the Lord. All praise to the Most High God.
Yeah, we just made 2 scripts in.
All right.
This was a short lesson though.
All right.
But verse 5, it says, then I'm gonna pick it up at verse 5 again. It says, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of Yah, cast thyself down, for it is written. So like I said, Satan came planting doubt, talking about if thou be the Son of God. What do you mean if? You know exactly who that is. But he, like I said, he was trying to plant doubt in the Messiah's mind that he was the Son of God. Then he tried to get him to commit suicide. Cast thyself down. So where the suicidal thoughts come from? Where fear come from? Where doubt come from? Don't none of that come from our God. Don't none of that come from the power we serve. Verse 7, and Yahweh said unto him, it is written again. So that's our defense against our wicked thoughts, our lust against Satan. It is written. That's our defense. The Messiah didn't pull a Uzi out and start shooting at Satan. He didn't pull a machete out and start hacking. You know what I'm saying? He went straight to the script. He picked his sword up. And he kept on swinging till the devil left up out of there. That's what we got to do. It is written. Verse 7, Jesus said unto him, it is written, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahweh unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him. See that? When he pulled enough scriptures, the devil got up out of there. That doubt get up out of there. That fear get up out of there. Them suicidal thoughts up out of there. Go straight to the scripture. That's what our Messiah did. We ought to follow his example. We ought to be striving to be just like him, especially in waging warfare on the enemy. You know what I'm saying? We always, I'm so stressed. About what? Where did that come from? Why are you letting it linger in your mind enough for it to formulate in words for you to speak it? I'm so stressed. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that. We got to recognize that's not from the Most High. That's straight from the enemy. We just read it. But let's go. We stand in Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 14. Go to Matthew 14. And like, I ain't no better than anybody just because I'm sitting up here. You know what I'm saying? When I first came into the walk, doubt within myself. I used to doubt within myself a lot. That's something I had to shake off. You know what I'm saying? With fasting and praying. You know what I'm saying? I used to doubt within myself a lot. Go read about Gideon. You know what I'm saying? He doubted within himself. You know what I'm saying? But eventually he put that away, and the Most High was able to use him. You know what I'm saying? Matthew 14, we about to see, you know what I'm saying, the effects of faith. Because when you read these scriptures and you reading about faith, it's almost like it's a superpower. Like you read in Hebrews chapter 11, it said men stopped the mouth of lions. You know what I'm saying? Men subdued kingdoms. Women received their children raised back from the dead. All because of their strong conviction that God exists. You know what I'm saying? You even got to have faith in the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? All the prophets believed in the Messiah. All the prophets had to put on the faith in the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? They didn't deny none of the visions that they saw. When they saw the Son of Man sitting on his throne, when the prophets were shown that in visions, they didn't go back and deny what they saw. They didn't go back and say, yeah, I had a vision, but I saw somebody sitting up on the throne, but I just don't think that was the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all that's for you non-messianics. You know what I'm saying? Even the prophets had to put on the faith of Christ. When he showed himself, when he revealed his glory to them in visions, they fell on their face and acknowledged what it was. Matthew chapter 14. Matthew chapter 14, I'm picking up at verse 22. Matthew chapter 14, verse 22, and it says, and straightway Yahweh shall constrain his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the middle of the sea. Now imagine that. Now what would you do? Ship in the middle of the sea, probably raining like crazy, wind blowing. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no yacht they was on. You know, they didn't have them type of boats back then. You know, so it says that was what verse was that? That was verse 24, verse 20. I'm gonna read verse 24 again. It said, but the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with the waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. They cried out for fear. They were scared, right? So, like, you see it's dark outside. You know what I'm saying? They say it was the fourth watch, the wind blowing like crazy. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you see some, like a human walking on water. What you gonna think? What you gonna think? You will probably jump off the boat into the water because you so shaky. Let's see what happened. Let's see the power of your faith. Let's see what the power of your faith to have you doing. And then let's see what doubt. Well, let's see what that'll have you doing. Let's see what that'll have you doing. Let's read. Verse 27. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. That's a commandment. That ain't advice. That's not a suggestion. Be not afraid. Right? Verse 28. And Peter said unto him, and Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come unto the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. Verse 31. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? You was walking on the water. What you doubt for? Huh? It said when he put his mind on the wind, he looked at all the elements around him, and he took his eyes off the prize. Same way. We take our eyes off the prize, things start happening. You know what I'm saying? We wondering why this happening. Why this happening? Because you took your eyes off who it need to be on. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get our strength from, the Messiah. When you get weak, I know now when I get weak, man, I yearn for these scriptures. When I get down, I yearn for these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Instead of drowning your sorrows in liquor and in sex and, you know what I'm saying? Get in these scriptures, man, for strength. You know what I'm saying? Peter was walking on water. That goes to show you, man, your faith to cause supernatural things to happen, and doubt will hinder those supernatural things from happening. He said, why did you doubt? You was walking. Why you doubt? Because you took your eyes and your mind off what it's supposed to be on. Let's go look at another example. Luke chapter 5. Luke chapter 5. I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. Let's look at another example. Or why you got to have faith. You know what I'm saying? Even when you in a situation that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't no hope for you. You know, that's when the Most High show you who he is, when it ain't no hope. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he had to get us to that point to where it ain't no hope, so that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't got no choice but to look up to him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, like we about to read about Peter again, a lot of the times the situation may look like something, you know what I'm saying, that may cause us to lose our faith. But if we have faith and put the work to our faith, man, things will start popping off in our life. Just like that. Some things come at fast speed. Some things, man, the Most High gonna have you to put that patience to work on it. Luke chapter 5, verse 1. Luke chapter 5, verse 1. And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of God, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake, but the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. So they had just finished, you know what I'm saying, working. You know what I'm saying? They had been fishing, ain't caught nothing. Verse 3, and he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. And when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. So he like, hey, throw your net out for another catch. Verse 5, Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all night and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had done this, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. So, you know what I'm saying? Peter, like, man, we've been working all night and we ain't caught nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is what these were the lies of the men that followed the Messiah. Poor men. Didn't have a lot of food, didn't have a lot of clothes. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have a place to where they laid their head. They didn't have no address. They didn't have no zip code. They didn't have a closet full of Gucci and Louis and, you know what I'm saying, Polo and Jordan. They weren't rocking no Jordans. You know what I'm saying? They didn't catch no fish that night. They didn't eat. You know what I'm saying? So he like, we done worked all night. He said, but at your word, I'm going to throw it out there. And he threw a net out. And it said that it was so much fish that they net broke. You know what I'm saying? And that should be some motivation to us. Like, even when we in the situation where it looked like, man, I ain't gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if your toil, if it's some in the ministry, you know what I'm saying? Man, look here, it's fish out there. Don't be scared to throw that net out there. You never know how many fish you might catch. How many souls you gonna pluck out the fire. You know what I'm saying? Before I do anything, any type of work for the Most High, if it's just one soul that hears this and is blessed by it, all praises to the Most High. 1 or 1,000, I'm going to do this work. You know what I'm saying? We can't be scared to throw these nets out, though, Israel. We can't be scared to throw these nets out. Let's go to the next place. Next place, we finna hop in this Apocrypha real quick. And the Apocrypha was a part of the 1611. You know what I'm saying? For anybody who got the mumble mouth about it. This was a part of the original 1611, but we just going to read a couple of verses out of it. This is coming out of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 2. And this is 2 verses, 12 through 14. It says, woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Now remember, woes are warning shots. You know what I'm saying? When you hear woe, that's telling you destruction is coming, or it's going to name a behavior that you need to get in check before destruction comes. So it says, woe be to the fearful hearts. And like I said before the lesson started, it's a judgment coming for being coward and moving with timidity and cowardice and shaking. It's a judgment coming for that. Right here we just read, woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands, and the sinner that goes both ways. So you lukewarm Negroes. He said, woe be unto you that go both ways. Verse 13, woe unto him that is faint-hearted. Another warning shot. He's repeating himself. Woe to the faint-hearted. Woe to the fearful-hearted. He's stressing this. Verse 30, I'm going to pick it up at verse 13 at the top. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore he shall not be defended. And for any of you brothers that's into the book of Jasher, this lines up with book of Jasher chapter 12. Go read about Abraham and his brother Haran. Abraham's own father snitched him out to Nimrod. Nimrod captured him, throw him in the fiery furnace. In the same land that his sons, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was thrown in the furnace in. He got thrown in the furnace. Abraham standing on it got full faith. He walked in the midst of that furnace for 3 days. Couldn't even smell the smoke on him. But Haran wavered. Haran was like, man, if Pops and them right, I'm rolling with them. But Abraham, if you right, I'm rolling with you. Haran burnt up in that fire. Abraham walked in it 3 days and 3 nights, couldn't even smell the smoke on him. What was the difference? They faith. They faith. And you see, faith is going to be a protection for you in that day. When it's time to resist on the blood, if you ain't got strong faith, you ain't going to be protected. We just read that. Check Jasher 12 about Abraham and Haran in that fiery furnace. Then you recognize right after that, that's when the Lord appeared to Abraham and said, you know what? You my friend. Get up out this land. Leave everything you know. I'm finna show you something. That's when he told him to get up out the land, right after that happened. It says, therefore he shall not be defended. Verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Woo! And what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways. So he said, woe unto you that lost patience. Woe unto you that's shaky, that's a coward, that's timid, standing back with your hands in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not being active in this truth. Yeah, you in the truth, but is you active in this truth? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people claim, yeah, I'm in the truth. I've been in this truth, but where your fruit at? Where your works at? Faith without works is dead. You know what I'm saying? And you can be doing something. You could be doing the work and really not believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you got kids. You can be, your kid can be going to church, going to Sabbath class because you making them. Not because they really believe. You know what I'm saying? We got to put faith and works together. They interdependent anyway. They have a mutual reliance on each other. So you can't have one without the other. Anyway, right? So let's go to Revelation. We finna bag this Sirach 2 up with this Revelation 21, 7 and 8. Like I said, man, it was just a little quick admonishment for the worldwide fam, man. Keep going. Keep going. Because we seeing a lot of brothers fall off. We seeing a lot of brothers fall off. I know last year, late last year, the Worldwide Assembly had caught wind to the bruh drawback Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Pull out a bunch of great material. A bunch of great material still out there, man. And it is people still watch his videos, still learning. But now, bruh don't want nothing to do with being a Hebrew Israelite. Don't want. He think he in the aquaponics now. You know what I'm saying? Bruh's that reached out to him. I don't want to hear. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to hear nothing else about being a Hebrew Israelite. You know what I'm saying? He said all on Facebook and at Christmas parties and everything. Bro used to go hard for the truth. Jada Producer, he the latest one. He didn't got with some rogue Israelites and just then painted the whole Israelite community as a cult. And he on camera readily admitting, yes, I eat pork. You know what I'm saying? You get to see, man, people is in this thing for the wrong reasons. And over time, it always shows. It always shows. Like my bruh, he brought up a good point earlier this week. I was watching one of his videos. He was like, our people had this thing bad to where we get involved with the wrong group of people when it comes to the scripture. And when it all goes left field, we want to run and, you know what I'm saying, not be a part of what it is that we are. Like he said, you don't hear a German denouncing he's a German because of Adolf Hitler. Right. You see what I'm saying? We get in these camps that teach this off doctrine. You see what I'm saying? And we don't check the spirit, and you mad at everybody else because you believe the lie. You believe the lie. So now the whole Israelite community is a cult because Jada Producer believed the lie. Stop that, bro. Stop that. Like he said, you don't hear no other nation of people denouncing who they are because of a couple of bad apples. You know what I'm saying? He said, you don't hear Colombians denouncing they not Colombian because of Pablo Escobar. You don't hear that. Right. But the minute that we get a hold to some bad doctrine, you know what I'm saying? Or the minute we get a hold to a couple of rogue Israelites in some of these camps, now the whole thing is, they just a cult. And then you done hooked up with them same heathens that handle Dickie Shepherd. They got you brainwashed. Hey, but we just read, woe to the man that go both ways. Bro, you ain't got nothing coming, bro. We praying for you, but hey, you better repent. You better repent. You know what I'm saying, bro? Folks out here love your music, bro. Love the material that you put out. Hell, you might not never see this video, but in case you do, I'm letting you know, bro, repent. The Most High don't have pleasure in those that turn back. You know what I'm saying? You can read in Jeremiah, it say it's a wicked and evil thing to depart from the Lord. Revelation chapter 21, verse 7 and 8. Revelation 21, verse 7 and 8. And he that overcometh shall inherit all things. And I will be his God, and he shall be my son. That's lovely. But the fearful is first on the list. The fearful is first on the list. And the unbelieving, and that's because of doubt. And the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So you mean to tell me I can get thrown in the lake for being a coward? Yes, you can. I can get thrown in the lake for being timid? Yes, you can. I can get thrown in the lake for being an effeminate, soft man? Yes, you can. I can be thrown in the lake for doubting? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I gave plenty of examples. Let's get another one. This probably be the last script. Let's go read about Samuel. Like, if you want to know what not to do, just read about Samuel. If you want to know what not to do as far as treating your brother, trusting in the Most High, just doing what the Most High said, period. Like, if you want to see what not to do, man, read Samuel and like really study, you know what I'm saying, the psychology. I mean, read about Saul, I'm sorry. And read and study the psychology of Saul. You know what I'm saying? When certain situations happen, look at where his mind went. You know what I'm saying? You be looking like that, like, man, I ain't trying to end up like this dude. This dude got so ate up with it, he went to seek familiar spirits. Goes to show you, man, once the Most High take that spirit off of you, woo, boy, that let you know how sweet it is. Saul wanted it back so bad, he went and saw a witch. Seek the Lord while he may be found, and endure to the end. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 15. I want to break this up because it's going to be a lot of reading, but I'm going to just read straight through it because I want y'all to get the gist of this. 1 Samuel 15. I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. But keep in mind, Saul had already been going off. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to have wait for Samuel to come and do a sacrifice before they went to war. And for whatever reason, Samuel ended up tarrying. He was supposed to have, well, I believe it was like 7 days or something like that. I believe that's the 13th chapter. He was supposed to have waited 7 days. And for whatever reason, Samuel ended up tarrying because he was supposed to have performed the sacrifice. Right? So Saul, looking at all the people the Philistines had just surrounded them or whatever. So Saul looking at all the people running in the caves and all that. And you know what I'm saying? He looking at the people's fear. And it trickled down to him. And he breaks the command of the Most High. So we see what fear will cause you what fear will cause you to do. It will either have you compromise what the Most High told you, or it'll have you bail out altogether. You know what I'm saying? That's the danger of fear. That's the danger of fear. And just think about what if the Messiah would have been like when Satan came and said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread. What if the Messiah said, well, you know, I showed like ate in about 40 days. I ain't drank nothing either. Bring me them stones. That's doubt. You see what I'm saying? The Messiah said, man, look here, I don't listen to nobody but my Father. So what if the Messiah let that doubt that Satan tried to plant in his head that he was the Son of God? What if he entertained that doubt? Now Satan and tricked him out his spot. That's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of you, of him getting you to fear. The whole purpose of him getting you to doubt. The whole purpose of him getting you to commit suicide is to trick you at your spot. Is to trick you at your crown. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into this 1 Samuel 15. Let's get into this. Verse 1. And it says, Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. And now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. Thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came out of Egypt. That's Exodus 17 verses 8 through 16. Also, you can go check Deuteronomy 15 through 19. It let you know when Israel was faint and weary, they came and smote the hinder part of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Now 400 plus years had went past, showing you the mercy of the Most High, even towards our enemies. Ain't nobody repented. You know what I'm saying? It show you too, man. The Most High ain't got a short memory. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with man, as time passes, we are more forgiving towards each other. But if you don't repent out your mouth and confess your sin, hey, that don't work with the Most High. Time don't smooth over sin with the Most High. Now, this 400 years plus after they done this to the children of Israel. And the Most High about to bring down judgment 400 years after. It says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not. So that's the command. That's an easy command. You ain't got to do a lot of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there and start laying bodies down. That's like somebody giving you a machine gun to say, you ain't got to do nothing. Just go over there and start shooting. There, that's all you got to do. One nothing to think about. That's clear cut. Destroy Amalek. Men, women, babies, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And a true servant of the Most High be like, oh yeah, they did this to our people. And the Most High is giving me permission to go lay them down. Let's go. Let's hurry up and get this done. That'll be my mindset. You know what I'm saying? Verse 3, it says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not. But slay both man and woman, infant and suckling. Woo! Now, you know, the prophets, they didn't deal with the Father. So yes, this is sweet Jesus. Kill the infants and the ones that still on the breast, kill them too. Kill them too. Because when you read in the Exodus and Deuteronomy about Amalek, he said, oh, I'm going to block their name from under heaven for what they did to my people. Whoo, sweet Jesus, huh? Whoo. He said, kill infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. And Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen, and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to a city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, go depart, get you down from the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. For ye showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among them, among the Amalekites. Right? So that's the promise that he gave our father Abraham. I'm going to curse those that curse you and bless those that bless you. You know what I'm saying? The Kenites helped us when we needed their help. So Saul like, hey, look, y'all going on. It's about to get real. Going on. So they leave. Verse 7, and Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur. that is over against Egypt. So just reading verse 7, Saul did what he's supposed to do, right? Wrong. Let's keep reading. Verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. So now let's ask the question, like, why would Saul do this? Why would, you know what I'm saying? Samuel told him, he came with a straight message. Hey, he didn't come watering it down. He didn't come to Saul being politically correct. He came and said, look, the Most High said, go there and lay Amalek down. Like, kill the sucklings, oxen, ass, women, men, infants. Lay everybody down. He didn't say lay everybody down, but take Agag alive. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. So Saul ended up compromising. He ended up reneging on the command of the Most High. But why would he do that? Why? Why would he do that? Let's keep reading. But Saul and the people spared Agag, and the best of the sheep, and of the oxen, and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refuse, that they utterly destroyed. So they destroyed everything that was vile and refuse, but all the good stuff they kept. Hell, Agag wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? These Edomites we talking about. You know what I'm saying? I believe you read about this same tribe off in the book of Esther. That's where Haman came from, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? He got mad and wanted to kill all the Jews because of one man didn't bow to him. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show you the hate that this people has for us. You know what I'm saying? That's why they gonna be cut off by slaughter. Woo. Woo. And it's gonna be a select few Edomites. Like when they see the judgment of the Most High, they gonna be like, you know what? I'd rather serve these people than get what they just got. Because it tell you off in that Amos 9, we gonna possess the remnant of Edom. Remnant means the remaining residue. Remaining from what? War. Killing. So those that remain and they see what it is, they gonna be like, man, I want to get down with that. I serve you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's saying Isaiah chapter 13, he gonna make a man in that day more precious than fine gold. Like, how often do you see fine gold every day? How often do you see that? So it may be a whole country. Number one person ended up being left over, one righteous. You know what I'm saying? Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed 5 cities. 5 cities. And only a couple of people were saved. A handful. He destroyed the whole earth. And with water and saved only 8 souls out of the whole world. Think about how many people it is in the world today. Now, just think about you and 8 people you know who in the truth, and y'all was saved. The Most High only dealing with a remnant. You know what I'm saying? Because what you going to find out, the more and more you get into this walk, everybody don't have that unwavering, unflinching faith, man. Everybody don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you keeping commandments. Yeah, that's cool. Where the faith at, though? You know, and faith and works, interdependent. They got a mutual reliance on each other. You can't have one without the other. You can't have works with no faith. You can't have faith with no works. They dead. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you have to activate your faith by the works. You see what I'm saying? You can't work to faith. You have to hear it first. Then you have to believe. Then you have to put in the work. You can't work your way to faith. It said Abraham believed and it was accounted to him for righteousness. And then look, after he believed, guess what? Abraham did the work. He did the work after that. Verse 9, it says, but Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings and the lambs and all that was good. Now, the Most High says, spare not. Again, I asked the question, why would he do this? Why would he spare? Why would he spare? We're going to find out. It says, and all that was good and would not utterly destroy them, and everything that was vile and refuse that they destroyed utterly. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, it repent of me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he turned back from following me, and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried all night to the Lord. Verse 12. And when Samuel arose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and is passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, blessed be thou of the Lord. I have performed the commandment of the Lord. So now you lying. Now you lying. You know what I'm saying? You didn't turn coward. You know what I'm saying? Didn't finish the mission that the Most High gave you. Didn't follow through on the command that he gave you. Then, when the messenger of the Most High show up, you lie. Boy, and that's why I say, if you want to know what not to do, just study Saul. Just study Saul. And Samuel said, what meaneth then this bleating of sheep in my ears, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? And Saul said, they have bought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God. And the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. Now, how is Saul standing in front of Samuel telling him all this, knowing that wasn't what Samuel told you that the Lord told you to do? Like, what's going through his mind right now? Did you think you was going to get away with this? Had to. Verse 17, it says, and Samuel said, when thou wast little in thine own sight, was thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel, and the Lord anointed thee king over Israel? And the Lord sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners of the Amalekites, and fight against them till they be consumed. Wherefore, then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord. So he ain't followed through with the command. That is considered evil. He said, you went down and took all the spoil, but you didn't complete the mission. You know what I'm saying? That he was a child in his understanding. He was a child in, like my brother made the point. Children don't forget to play. You tell a child something, they right back over there playing. 2 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Saul went up in there and saw all the spoil. He killed a couple of people. Then he got distracted, got sidetracked. Saw all the spoil. He said, you flew upon the spoil, but you didn't finish the mission. Saul, what you doing? Verse 20. And Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have bought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took of the spoil, and sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. And Samuel said unto him, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than the sacrifice. And to hearken than to the fat of rams. Because if you listen, you know what I'm saying? If you take heed to what's being said to you from the Most High, then you gonna do what He tell you to do. But if you have to sacrifice, that means back in that day, you probably 9 times out of 10 you done sin. That's why He say it's better to just listen to what I tell you than to have to go bring me a sheep and beg me for forgiveness for something you knew you weren't supposed to be doing in the first place. Just obey. That's all. He didn't give Saul no hard thing. He told you, look, bro, you knew what they done to your people. If that's not enough for you to go finish the mission, what is? What is? Let's keep reading. Verse 23, he said, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So if you in constant rebellion of the Most High's commandments, you might as well be a practicing witch. You might as well be a practicing witch. He said, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as the iniquity of idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, He have also rejected thee from being king. Now, we finna find out why Saul spurred, and the Most High told him not to spur. We finna see why. And Saul said unto Samuel, I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of the Lord and thy words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. So like I've been saying the whole lesson, fear will have you reneging and compromising what the Most High told you to do. Fear and doubt. Fear and doubt. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. He said, now therefore I pray thee, pardon my sin, and turn again with me that I may worship the Lord. And Samuel said unto Saul, I will not return with thee, for thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. Now see, Samuel could have gotten his feelings and reneged. He like, man. Samuel could have got, man, you know what? Come on, man. Come on. He could have done the same thing, but Samuel like, no, bro, I'm not going back with you. You done rejected the word of the Lord. He could have got emotional. He could have got emotional because the Lord rejected him. This who anointed Saul. This is who anointed Saul. Verse 27. And as Samuel turned about to go away, he laid hold upon the skirt of his mantle and rent it. And it rent. And Samuel said unto him, the Lord have rent the kingdom of Israel from thee this day, and have given it to a neighbor of thine that is better than thou. Woo! Boy, that had to hurt. That had to hurt. But hey, when you let fear and doubt creep in, instead of rebuking it, you just let it sit in your mind until eventually it becomes a stronghold. You know what I'm saying? That's why Paul said, hey, we cast down everything, every thought that exalts itself against what the Most High says. He said, we cast it down. Soon as it comes, hey, nope, you can't sit here. Fear and doubt come in. We open the door. Hey, how you doing? Fear? Want some coffee? How you doing, doubt? Come on in. Suicidal thoughts. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Instead of rebuking it. You know what I'm saying? And just like, you know what I'm saying? The Most High can't deal with you, man, if you around here being a coward and you timid. He can't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? We got to cast these things down in our minds. As soon as they get in there, hey, woe to the fearful. Quote scripture. That's what the Messiah did. As it is written is your weapon, Zion, against spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never robbed nobody, never robbed a bank a day in my life, but I'm driving down the street seeing the old Ryan like, I should rob that bank. I'm like, what in the world did you think that for? Where did that thought come from? But soon as it came into my mind, hey, no thief shall enter in. Get thee behind me. That's what you got to do. Man, we got to pick up our sword and go to war against fear, against doubt, against lust. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? The faith of a mustard seed. That's all you need. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow and as you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be growing and abounding more and more and keep doing this work. You know what I'm saying? We read about Saul. We read the scripts in the Apocrypha. We read in the 66. You know what I'm saying? All and then I gave you an example out of Jasher about Haran and Abraham. So all these books seem to be harmonizing when it comes to fear and doubt about what it is and about how you can't please the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the lesson, fear and doubt. You know what I'm saying? A Shabbat Shalom, family. Again, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah, hallelujah. Salute. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back again, Most High willing, next Saturday with another lesson. What the book, salute what the book say, radio. They came with another great lesson last night. I believe it was about Sunday service. I believe it was excellent lesson. Man, shout out to all the brews worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Putting in work. And again, man, don't be scared to throw your net out there. It's fish out here waiting for the bait. We just can't be scared to throw our net out there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that may be. Whatever your gift is, man, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High done gave you, whether it's teaching, whether it's helping people, you know what I'm saying, whether you got a government position and you can help brothers and sisters in your community to get jobs, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I first came into the faith or whatever, I used to deal with doubt a lot within myself. I'd be putting a lesson or something together and I'd be like, ain't nobody gonna look at that. You know what I'm saying? These ball that up. Ain't nothing. Now you need to do another one. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, that's something I had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't no better just because I'm sitting in front of this camera, you know, but I just wanted to give the worldwide assembly, my brothers and sisters, some encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Like on you know, fear and doubt comes straight from Hashatan. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't gave us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. That was the first script we went to. Sound mind meaning, you know what I'm saying, a disciplined and properly prioritized mind. He's given us power. He's given us all the spiritual resources to overcome every trial and test. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High gave us. Not fear, cowardice, and timidity and, you know what I'm saying, that effeminate spirit. He ain't gave us that at all. You know what I'm saying? So stay strong, Israel, and endure to the end. You know what I'm saying? Till next time. Shalom.